Now, there's no doubt about it that by far one of the most anticipated Star Wars TV shows of 2023 is indeed the Ahsoka Tano TV show that's all slated to begin, of course, sometime in the middle of next year. That's what they're currently aiming for, given that they will be wrapping up production, or principal photography, I should say, by the end of this year, giving them enough time to edit and work their way toward the second or the third quarter of 23. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, it is greatly appreciated. Now, as you all know, D23 was quite a bit of a surprise because we finally got the official teaser trailer of The Mandalorian Season 3, which so far looks amazing. It looks very well produced. It might even, of course, look better than Season 2, depending on how it's all going to be executed. And that brings us to where Favreau and Filoni stand right now with The Mandalorian Season 4 and how they are getting ready to begin writing the script. Now, as we have discussed, the past number of months, they have been working on multiple storyboards for The Mandalorian Season 4 that is going to be used and finalized for the script that they want to begin sometime by the end of October into early November. Now, with that being said, what's really exciting about, of course, one of the characters known as Ezra Bridger that will be appearing in Star Wars Ahsoka, it doesn't stop there. He is also set to make other appearances in multiple Star Wars TV shows. Now, as of right now, alright, we have a lot of things going on between the characters of Luke, Ezra, Ahsoka, Thrawn, and a whole lot more on the table. Sabine Wren, Aira Syndulla, there's a lot at work here by John and Dave. So, with many new Star Wars stories being developed by Favreau and Filoni that will be borrowed from both Legends and abandoned material from the 90s, they will also be taking some elements from the animated series into live-action form. Now, this is said to all begin with Ezra Bridger's introduction in the Ahsoka series. Now, it's described that one of the storyboards that have been illustrated and finalized for The Mandalorian Season 4 by Jon Favreau include something remarkable for the installment that debuts in 2024. Now, these storyboards involve a moment in which Ezra Bridger is inside of Luke Skywalker's Jedi temple on Ossus, where he is said to be training with Luke in the same area that Grogu was in the Book of Boba, except now the interior is all finished and looks entirely different and built. The storyboard section is titled simply as Ezra's Session. This most likely is in reference to one of his training sessions with Master Luke. In this scene, Ezra is described to be sitting down in Luke's temple, with Luke Skywalker sitting behind him, telling him to focus on the cosmic force. Ezra Bridger is described to hold a hidden knowledge about the unknown regions, and even new secrets about the cosmic force that will be explained later on in the show. Now, it's noted that the plan by Favreau and Filoni is set to make Ezra become a part of Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy and his temple, and as one of the guardians of the temple to help the new coming students of his that are learning the ways of the Jedi. Now, I want to stop right here, because this is really changing history and shifting things around quite a bit in comparison to what was done in the Star Wars canon. If you guys have read The Rise of Kylo Ren comics, in there it dives into Luke's temple, his students, and who are really affiliated with the Jedi Academy. And so far, what Favreau and Filoni have been doing is that they have been changing the canon. They've been changing the history by really kind of making a lot of tweaks here and there to better the story that they are creating. So Ezra Bridger now officially becoming a part of Luke's Jedi Temple in The Mandalorian Season 4 is a big deal. Now, it's not that he's necessarily a student per se of Luke, but it seemed more or less likely that it seems like he, like I said, is going to be some kind of guardian or some kind of teacher to the other Jedi students. Again, this is Luke's new academy and one of the temples that will be introduced. We also have another one that's being done by Favreau and Filoni that will be based on Yavin 4 for many of his older students. So in this particular moment, it seems as though that they are making Ezra Bridger one of the Jedi Masters, or at least one of the Jedi teachers, within Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy. alright? So, at this point in time, there's a lot of things happening, alright? We already know that Eman Esfadni has been chosen to become Ezra Bridger. Initially, before that, you know, there was a lot of back and forth of Mina Masao becoming the character, but it is now all geared toward the other actor here. Now, that brings us to the next thing here, alright? So, this is said to be a way that Favreau and Filoni are changing history when it comes to Luke's Jedi Academy by adding in Ezra Bridger in the mix to become a part of his Jedi Temple. Now, with Mando 4 set to take place years after the Ahsoka series, Ezra here is said to have a buzz cut in the storyboard, the shortest his hair has ever been, and appears to be wearing a shawl of some kind. Ezra also has what appears to be a new lightsaber that also ignites green in the scene while training in Luke's temple. The scene is described to hold some kind of connection to the Wills, who are godlike beings, and how Ezra holds a connection to them after he was trapped in the unknown regions for some time. He gained some kind of mystery connection to the Force. So, if you guys have read up on the canon, there is something deeply mysterious about the unknown regions. And in there, in the unknown regions, there's some kind of vergence in the Force. Alright, so we learned about this especially with the world of Exegol, and underneath the surface, there is something that the acolytes or the Sith cultists were actually trying to discover underneath the surface of Exegol, and that there were a lot of big ties, mystery ties to the Force. So when you look at this, and how they are making Ezra become a part of Luke's new Jedi Academy, it really does bring one to wonder to themselves exactly how are they going to go about doing this. Are they going to set this up, or is it going to randomly appear in Mando 4 where Ezra is just there? Kind of similar to what happened in the Book of Boba where Ahsoka was just there, right? We never really got to learn how Ahsoka met Luke or vice versa. Which, by the way, John and Dave did tease that they will be explaining that in future installments. We're not quite sure if it's going to be in the Ahsoka series, or Mando 4, or even Mando 3 at that, but it very well may be either of those. So, this is a big deal too, because Ezra, as you all know, was a very unique character in Rebels, and to have him progress to this point of becoming a part of Luke's temple is quite remarkable. I mean, the fact that they are going to this extra length to add in such a well-known character into Luke's Jedi Academy is going to be something that really is going to transform how we view the temple. Now, at this point in time, the temple is completely finished. It takes place years after the Ahsoka show. We're not quite sure how long. It could be 4, it could be 6. You know, who knows how long it's going to be. All we know is that it takes place years after the Ahsoka TV show. So, we will be learning more and more about this series later down the road. There's a lot at play here, and I would love to hear what you all have to say about Ezra Bridger. Are you okay with the recent actor and the casting of Ezra Bridger? What do you think about this? And overall, how do you take him joining Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy? So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night